So it's been a hot minute. Uh,
Yeah, it's been
2 weeks,
1 week. Select. Okay, that's it.
well, it's been 2 weeks since we played the game.
1 week since I was very sleepy. Uh, but
You
now I'm
What?
slept good all week?
no,
Holy shit, that's incredible.
Real.
but God, where were we?
Sedna was on the lake,
Yep,
headed towards the definitely not Bowered companion.
definitely not. It's perfectly safe. Probably the only dangerous thing is the big ass alligator, but
No, I've already told you I'm going to become best friends with that gator, and you're gonna have to live with that.
he's gonna have the munchies. You're exceptionally crunchy.
If only I was playing a character that had cereal she could pull from nowhere still.
You're
Here
gonna
you go,
force
Mr.
fem this
Gator.
crocodile.
Meat say cereal. Oh, that's anyways,
They
we're
could be called
at
gator rolls.
gator rolls. That's
Yeah.
really fucking funny. Meanwhile, Piper is having a conversation with the heir of, well, this estate. And
I have lured them in there by claiming I will give them something very powerful, Trinity's skateboard, if I
mm,
can just get just a little location on a map.
Wow,
yeah,
I'm conditionless. Holy shit, I've been rolling great.
yeah, you've
You
been
want one of
rolling.
mine?
Uh,
No.
No, are you
No,
sure?
I'm good.
Are
I'm
you
good.
sure?
I was so good.
yeah.
Oh no.
Um, Piper is at two conditions: disgusted by perversion and a conspiracy, because you're having a little bit of a conspiracy with the heir apparent. Uh, as well as you are one mask away, uh, well, one verse away from being removed from the game. So think carefully about what moves you make. In terms of where the assignment is, you are at 5 clues. There are 3 questions. Only one is required to be answered, which is what fall and the ritual have the Sketterich family overlooked, which is a complexity 4. There's also 2 other questions that can be answered to help make things easier by having not me define them, such as why is the Sketterich family so desperate to complete their ritual? The complexity 2, which is gain insight in it to a significant vulnerability of the family. What miraculous discovery has the family kept secret about their bog saint? Which is also complexity 2. Learned what powerful advantage the family hopes to leverage for their personal gain.
I do have an answer for the big one.
Mhm.
But if we want to do the little ones first, if all right, I have a question
Yeah.
for the question. Allow me to question you for once.
Yes.
We're gonna give that theory a theory.
Mhm.
If we answer the four difficult question, we can still answer the other two before resolving, correct?
I believe so.
Because it just gives us the opportunity. We don't necessarily have to pursue it immediately,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
It,
timetable will
it,
likely move up though.
yeah. Effectively, it would
All right.
move the timetable up for every question
All
you
right, then let's just do
answer.
them. Yeah, let's just do them in order then, if we're
Yeah.
going to do the other two.
Yeah. It's more or less when like all the boxes are marked, you have to answer the final question. So
Got it.
because then like the ritual is effectively being completed and bad things happen.
Um, okay, I think we can do the first two.
Mhm.
If we wanted, I realize it is a gamble to do it at +0 for one of them, but we can do one at +1 as well. I mean, we can just take the consequence, right? Rather than having to put on a mask if we fuck it up, right? So
Yeah,
you know, I'm
effectively.
just saying we can eat a little shit and not eat the full shit.
Yeah, I would say just to like put it above board, I'm just gonna make the consequence is that you can't answer the question. So
Rude.
yeah,
Very rude.
it is
Uh-oh.
very rude. However, like this is this is a you're on a timetable.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. I think we should get some more clues then. I mean,
Yeah.
we can answer one at +1 right now for sure. I'm good with that. Um,
Let's see.
I think I've got one for the miraculous discovery they've kept secret.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, cool. So let's start with a way to convert saints and angels to another god's domain. Um, they like that feels to me as like a straight or not used, that is explained. That feels like a straight lead in to like what the ritual is about in the first place, like trying to convert other things to their own, well, their own god or gods, I guess in this case, 'cause there's a lot of gods here. It's an awful lot of gods here. Um, the tree mural, which is suggesting that the thing they are trying to convert is not one of the saints or angels, though. It's one of the family members, presumably their patriarch. Finally, the thing that they don't know about tactically is that I've got a whisper from the Caring Maiden that I can also subvert this ritual to take their saint from them for me.
Ooh.
Mhm. So their uh bog saint is very influential by like other people. So it's more or less of like a race to the finish.
Yes, it's who can get their hands on this bog saint and get like whether it's putting their prayer marks in or prepping it in a certain way.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my pitch.
Hmm.
If you have anything, Ginger, feel free.
Um,
Um,
no, that I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
all right,
Let
let's
me
do
check that.
this with +1 then.
And that was a oh no.
It's
Five.
this many. It's this many.
Well, that's not gonna fly.
Hmm. Yeah, it's yeah, that's not why they're desperate, unfortunately.
Ugh.
And the consequence is we won't be able to answer this question if
Yeah.
we don't put on masks,
Yeah,
correct?
correct. And Piper has only one.
No,
Only one
well,
besides the final verse?
No,
no, my
that's the
final
only.
verse is my last mask. However, if we fail a roll, we can do the treasures
Oh
one.
shit! Yes! Yes!
And
Oh my god!
it has to be failing a roll, turning it into a 7 to 9.
Let's use the treasures. Let's go.
I guess I,
Miss
I
on
guess
any
that's how we
move.
do it.
On. Fuck you, Steph.
Hell yeah!
Uh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
ah,
yeah.
bless
So
you, Steph. You just saved our asses so hard.
I, I'm making it. Yeah, that's custodian.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. That is how
you
it
could make
works.
both of them since it says a custodian, right? You could make both of them mark one, use two.
But then I'll die faster.
I mean, you'll
Uh,
still have one left.
uh, because like only one thing is rolled. Technically, it should be like only one mark. Um.
I'll be the one that makes it that I'm the one that rolled and proposed the theory. So,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
think given what Sedna's plan is, her calling Piacid in to like assist in this particular endeavor does make some narrative sense.
Mhm. Yeah. call in a helicopter to get in. No, I don't get to narrate this. You do. Yeah, you mark a box on the moves track and narrate a scene in which Bias sends immediate emergency support in order to change the result to a 7 to 9.
So I think uh obviously Sedna is probably drawing her own kind of attention by going where she's going. So I think between her being where she's not supposed to be, Piper distracting the heir, who the family is probably also looking for, and the party that's still going on. The Biacid agents are able to slip into where the Bog Saint is and at least put it in a location that is more accessible
Mhm,
for Sedna and or Piper,
mhm.
if that works for you.
Yeah, basically doing like a sweep with like nets because the bog sage is in the water. So
I really want to use that. The crocodile's actually a Biacid saint or a Biacid agent in a suit and snorkel. That's so funny.
that's funny but incorrect.
Fair enough.
Funny but
Fine.
incorrect. Don't you dare.
Oh no. There's only so much bullshit we're allowed to get away with in this game.
Hmm. So yeah, I still have a sort of complication. I think with like various agents in the water, making sure things are moving into place. That light you saw from earlier starts to expand, getting wider and wider as something is surfacing. The cormorant is here.
Oh no.
And we're gonna cut away from that scene for now, and head inside where Piper, you have made your deal.
I have lured them into the study, and I
Yeah.
imagine it's the study. There's
Mhm.
the father, the patriarch's papers and
Yeah.
everything. There's a fireplace, if I may be so bold, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Um, and um, yeah, and I think that after Piper's led into this room, Piper closes the door very quietly and says, "Right, now the thing I want to give you is this skateboard, all right? I think this is going to get you right into the good graces of your father. Because here's the thing, this is actually incredibly connected to your God. And all I need you to do is to find me something that your father already promised to give me. And I can be on my way. You can get into your father's loving embrace. You can do everything that you need. But I need the maps. I need the location. There's a motorcycle graveyard dedicated to. Well, that's what I'm looking for. Do you know where that is?
I think that Esmer kind of looks very shocked at the skateboard and has just been staring at it the entire time that you've been speaking. Uh, and when you ask the question to them, they kind of turn their head up to you uh, and nod. I know where it is.
Right. And as soon as I've got that, I'll give this to you.
How do I know that you're a woman of your word?
Darling, I wouldn't be a very good courier if I ever went back at my word, right? I get this far. I've got the I've got the blessing of my God. This is the thing, this is my business. Delivering things to the people who need them, right? I'm sworn to it.
Okay. And I think that they will kind of crouch down and move their hand toward a piece of furniture, probably like a chair or something, uh, and a mottled sphinx cat with baleful green eyes kind of pokes its head out from underneath the chair, uh, with a little map in its mouth, which Esmer grabs, pats the cat, and says, "Thank you, Mercutio," and stands up, turns to you, and says that,
It says,
sorry. My fucking phone. Um, oh shit. Fuck, I forget about it every time, and every time it's so good. Uh, they say, be careful, and kind of hold out the map toward you.
okay. I'm still standing in front of the door. I want to make that clear. I'm still between them and the door. And Piper takes the map and hands them the skateboard
Mhm.
and opens the map to make sure it is actually the right thing.
I would say so it is.
I believe it is. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Unless Chaotic wants to make a roll for it.
Technically, I've already made the roll for this already,
I
which is
thought so, yeah.
yeah, which is why Piper has a conspiracy.
Right.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm very good with maps. I can see this map.
Mhm.
And I see it's genuine. I note the location. I memorize this. I know this for a
Mhm.
fact.
Yeah.
Um, and I say, this is exactly what I've been looking for, and I can't tell you how long I've been looking for this, which makes it absolutely a shame what I'm about to do. And I pull out my revolver and put it in this kid's face, and I say, drop the skateboard.
Shit.
Make the veiled move with disadvantage because of a conspiracy. What are you afraid might happen?
I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to destroy the skateboard.
Okay. This is with uh focus, I would say.
Not presence because I'm intimidating.
Oh, that is okay. I will give you presents, but it's still a disadvantage regardless.
Okay. All right. What can I do to bump this to advantage? Oh fuck! I'm at the end of my rope, y'all. I'm out of tricks. All right. 3d6
Mm-hmm.
plus 2. That's a 10,
A
even
10.
with disadvantage. 4 4s across the board plus 2. That's a 10.
You get to narrate destroying the skateboard?
Yeah. I think what is Elmer? Not Elmer.
Esmer.
Esmer. I think
Elmer would be insane.
Elmer. I think Esmer. I think Esmer's going to drop the skateboard just in absolute fear, and Piper grabs it and then tosses it in one fluid motion. Grabs it, tosses it into the fireplace,
Mm-hmm.
and keeps the gun trained on Esmer the entire time. Um, and as it burns.
And as like that sort of hits the fireplace is when the cormorant rises out of the water, and like the house shakes because of like the waves through the water are sort of splashing against it as a very, very large creature emerges. Sedna, you are out on the water, and like your boat is like being sort of pushed back, and crawling up and emerging is this sort of what a mad like half looks like an ancient marsh bird, but made of metal, covered in like detritus from the water below, and with spotlight sort of just turns to look at you. This thing can crush vehicles. It is large. What do you do?
Uh, I think Sedna kind of passively gazes at it, um, and out of deference to a deity, takes off her gas mask.
Mhm.
And she'll just be like, "This doesn't seem like this is your place."
Make the revelation move. What are you afraid might happen?
Um, I think the obvious answer, this god's already been fully corrupted by the Scatterich family and is just gonna smash her and this boat.
It's worse than that. True, it is been corrupted. But something about this sleepless warden, now it's wakened up again, is that it contains the memories of those it protects and those it kills. Sedna, you will be erased and added to the sleepless warden.
Um, I'm going to go ahead and mark my Polaroid photo that's blank and becomes more visible as I approach death, because she's going to look at it to be like, is this where I die?
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, hopefully, to fit on this shitty roll,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that's not the case.
Okay.
I presume communion.
Yes, this is communion. Uh, Flat because you have no conditions.
That is a 9.
A 9. I'll give you a complication right here, right now, before we go on break. You take a look at the photo. It is very clear that this location is where you're going to die. But the cormorant raises up its wings and flaps them before soaring up above to take a little bit of a look around. Take the condition death approaches. And we're going on
I
a
mean,
break.
that's a positive for Sedna.
I love gays.
I really hope that got picked up.
If it didn't, I'll say it again. I love gays.
Mm-hmm.
I love gays too.
I'm very
With
into gays
mouthful.
right now.
I mean, that's the way I prefer to love gays is with a mouthful.
Mouthful.
I'm
Boom.
saying. Welcome to the Silt versus Family Matters.
Welcome to the finale of the Silt versus Family Matters.
The Silt versus when you hear your family.
Reasons why I need to get this uploaded immediately.
Instead of unlimited soup salads and
Mhm.
breadsticks, we just have incest. Sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, it's the sticks get bread,
Hmm.
like
The
still,
sticks get bread.
but you know, I don't know. That one doesn't quite work. I
No, it
apologize.
does. No, it does. You're good. It's you.
Mhm.
You did it. I'm proud of you.
My wife's getting absolutely sick of the gingerbread jokes that I'm making now that I've changed my name to Ginger.
Mhm.
She's starting to be like, okay, I get it. You want to be okay. Hey, chaotic, what are we playing?
We're playing the Silt versus.
That's right.
Specifically, dinner is coming to a close. Said that you found out what the light in the lake is, so you can potentially return back to the house.
Okay.
Um, and like you can see like various like other buy stations like skimming the lake, trying to get like the bog sand into a more secure position. Damn, we need to focus, y'all.
Um, yeah, so now that Sedna
Mhm.
has sussed out what's going out there, what happened
Mhm.
she'll make her way back to the house. Um,
Mhm. Yeah. So people gather just back into like a sort of ballroom type of area. And the head sort of has an announcement to make about a sort of game that they will be playing. A game of masked saints. A few of the family members will wear masks and play a sort of game of hide and seek. If you are found, well, you will be given a mask on to join in it. And, well, the last person to be found will be given a sort of reward. However, I paint the scene for everyone. What makes you question is if this is entirely a game? Who are you most afraid of discovering you alone?
I feel like Sedna has a little bit of a layup here because
Mhm.
she actually knows the rules of this game already.
Mhm.
Um, but I can answer the second part at least. Uh, I think she's most nervous about. I don't know if uh, dearest sister is going to be one of the people hunting, but that is the one she wants to least encounter.
Mhm.
Piper's really going to be on the back foot here because Piper does not know any of this is happening. But I think like the fact that everyone hearing this like is starting to sweat and fidget for sure. Like there's more than just a game. I think Piper would be most scared to run into. Um, Piper's actually got two. First, dear sister, obviously. Second, if we're honest, Piper is terrified of running into Sedna alone.
That's
Damn.
fair.
So we have a little bit of a game to play. I would like each of you to describe somewhere you hide in the manor, and then I will ask you to roll with an appropriate ability.
Question. I think I could probably take it up
Mhm.
again.
Yeah.
Uh, it has to be inside the house, correct?
Uh, I believe so.
I
Uh,
see. Mentions various rooms. Okay. Yep. All right. So it does have to be inside the house. Um, hmm.
I feel like the obvious one for Piper is literally just the office that she is in right now. Um, Probably, oh, this is thematic, hiding under the desk. And I have a feeling that she will not be the first courier that has spent time under that desk.
mhm. All right.
Oh, that's actually what I should do.
Yeah.
I think is there like a conservatory or something like that?
I can say so.
Sure. Yeah, Sadno will um probably this is gonna give me a condition. Um, that's fine, I'll take it. Sad is going to like weave her way in through like a rose bush or something that is would literally be painful to try to find her in.
Mm, okay. Piper, I would like you to roll with focus.
Damn.
Sedna, I would like you to roll with vitality.
Oh boy, my words.
Mhm.
Why did you angle for it?
I was just trying to think of a good place to hide stuff. Why don't you eat my whole entire ass? How about that?
Is this at disadvantage or advantage?
This is flat.
Okay, good.
Nothing can be done to gain or disadvantage or advantage. So,
That's 11 for Piper.
But you can still put on mask or the mask versus though, correct?
no.
Oh, oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh, oh,
yeah, this game was not explained to you very well. But however, I do know the rules. As well as you
oh.
do, Sedna.
Yeah, I know him so well, just so well. That affects.
That's a 6.
Oh dear.
And we'll go in lowest to highest. Sedna. You are in the rose bush, a thing of thorns threatening to prick you, but you manage to hold very still. And you hear someone clicking their high heels into the place. An outfit that they probably would not normally wear. And just a sort of touch of their fingers on the rose bush, the thorns retract, revealing yourself and why it's the dearest sister. She has found you. And she smiles underneath a mask of sort of seems to be made out of flesh, ever still living, pulsating. And she just simply hands out a mask to you. Describe your mask. How does it make you feel to be concealed in this place?
Uh, hmm. for the second part, I could answer Sedna's face is usually covered, so she's fine with that. I think the mask she puts on is like the death mask they used to do, where they take a mold of the face of the dead, and it's somehow her own face.
Mm-hmm. Take the condition masked saint.
Oh boy. Well, it was nice having no conditions while it lasted.
Mm-hmm. Piper, you were not found by Sedna, thankfully. But instead, you are found by a man who just seems to be so lethargic, so sleepy, and that he just sort of sits down at the desk and just sees you underneath casually. It's honestly surprising that it took you this long to be spotted. But you do not. You are not given a mask.
This was the one instance where rolling high was probably bad, huh?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Did you enjoy that I played up my bad role like I was sad about it?
Yeah.
I had suspicions, but oh no.
Mm. As you crawl out from your hiding space, you see a variety of people who have now entered the room wearing masks of all kinds, silvers and grays and blues and blacks. But you will be taken to the ritual chamber alone. Take
How
the condition, the chosen.
how that sucks. That really sucks. How did we resolve the standoff between me and Esmer?
I think like Esmer like ran the fuck away of just like realizing that they fucked up.
Because I could make it worse than that.
Okay.
Um, I need to narrate a scene real quick,
Mhm.
in which I dedicate myself to show renewed conviction to my sacred duty.
Mhm.
Um, I think then we flash back real quick to right before the cormorant pops up and Esmer or and Piper flinches. Esmer makes a run for it, but Piper stops and grabs Esmer and is like, "Tell me what's going on right now," but can't get anything out of Esmer. There's a struggle,
Mhm.
and the gun goes off. Esmer's dead,
Oh shit.
and Piper says, or Piper doesn't say anything, but looks is clearly taking stock of a valuable new resource that just has opened up to her, and opens up the clothes and everything on Esmer to get to the wound, and begins to pull out her own map and mark it where the motorcycle graveyard is, muttering. And at first, you might think that she's praying, um, but as we actually listen to what she's saying, she is offering up a very quiet, like, thank you and a promise to her children, her daughters, that it's finally going to be over soon. Because she's not dedicating her renewed conviction to her sacred duty to her God, but the sacred duty she has committed her life to, making sure this is not passed on to her children. And this is the final piece of the puzzle, and it's finally time. And then here's the footsteps and everything, and hides under the desk.
Mhm.
Uh, could I also have a quick flashback before dear sister
Yeah.
leaves? Cool. So as she's turning, and Sadda has put on the mask, Sadda will say quietly, "I can bring her back if you help me."
The ritual in place will bring her back. But you can help in a different way. You will know when you must act. And I think that's what sort of stays the dearest sister's hand from actually killing you. Because she knows that you want to intervene in the ritual, but the temptation of her love being brought back to life is just too much.
Beautiful. I'm good.
Piper,
Yes.
the
I
body
take
that,
the condition, the chosen.
yes, the chosen,
Okay.
the body that was previously on the floor because you did not have time to hide it is no longer there, but the stain of blood is still there. However, as you're walking, being guided to the ritual chamber, a voice whispers from somewhere deep in the walls. You don't need to go. You don't need to go to that place. Things are buried here. Things will stay buried here. Only if you stay. What tempts you to listen?
Do I recognize the voice?
A step has got up away. Does Piper recognize the voice, Steph?
Of who? There wasn't a description.
Uh, a voice within the walls
Oh.
that's whispering to Piper and offering a temptation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, well, it's got to be Piper's daughter's voice.
Fuck.
Yes.
Simply must be.
Mm-hmm.
The elder daughter or the younger daughter?
Ooh. Which is the one that had the cancer?
Elder.
Definitely her.
Okay. And the question is, what is it that tempts me to listen?
Yeah, to stay here.
To stay here. Yeah, it's a tempting offer because Piper's finally figured out what the actual next step is, and it does terrify her, though she knows it's really important. And maybe swerving at the last second to a completely different plan might actually be the right call. And there is a moment, because it's her daughter's voice, that makes her think that's a sign. And so that's the temptation. I don't think she'll follow through. I don't think she'll follow through on the temptation. She is smarter than that.
I'll ask this of Setna. as you have this death mask that you are wearing now, just to blend in, just to make sure you are at the right moment. You have a horrifying premonition of the ritual proceeding without any interference. But what do you think? What do you why do you fear you won't be able to stop it from happening?
I think all parties here are aligned against Sedna's goals, whether they know it or not. Um, Sedna's goal is wildly different from everyone, and if anyone knew what it was, they would probably immediately murder her.
Damp flagstones, cracked and blooming with moss and pale rot as you just head further down and down into the bowels of this place. Skittering creatures peer from the shadows. Strangling roots constrict the passage like gnarled, fossilized pythons. Sinkholes and burrowing pits yawn from the deep. Dripping, gurgling sounds from far below. I paint the scene for everyone. The Sketteridge family has been using this passage for generations. How have they maintained a tenuous alliance with the hungry depths below their home?
I think there's uh chewed on bones of various ages. They've clearly been feeding something down here for a very long time.
Yeah, I think it's clear that they've also like the thing that they feed is not only just like literally feeding it to keep it alive. I think they have to have like these absolutely wild bacchanals and stuff down here too.
Mhm.
Catacombs party, let's go.
We got to get boned.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. The forbidden soup. Uh, I think that the uh, the walls of the passageway are eroded and caked with mud. There's lichen growing out of the sides of it, and uh, as well as other types of greenery. And it looks clearly well maintained, as if someone comes down here daily to prune the trees, the leaves, the lichen, the moss. Very well kept.
You hear as you're being led in a procession. Sedna, you're towards the back. Because you're one of the first people to have been found in the game. Unfortunately, it's a little bit hard to hide from a god. There is an unearthly droning chant, dissonant melody repeating and layering over itself endlessly. Ooh. But is there anything you two do as you are heading to the ritual?
Senta would like to, since Sen is at the back and presumably the least noticed of the bunch currently, she's gonna look for anything she can subvert in this ritual.
Okay. I would like that to be the information move with focus. Flat for
Uh,
now.
does my hollow gaze apply here? Because I am trying to discourage unwanted attention.
I would say so.
Cool. 10.
10. I think. I think something that you do notice is that even though this is a very natural place, you do see like things inset into the walls, like artifacts from history of the family, and more specifically, a set of funerary urns, each painted with a different floral motif and anatomical illustrations. And that is a clue, as well as something you can add to your altar because of who you are.
I see. So funeral urns with what kind of flowers? Sorry.
A variety of floral
Okay,
motifs.
variety flower.
Me.
Two flower things I have now. Who wants to get married to the death god?
Mhm. Piper. Are you doing anything?
I'm being forcibly led to this place at the
Yeah.
head of the procession, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who appears the most important, like in my immediate vicinity, potentially who is like literally leading me on?
Probably it's probably a combination of Dr. Mergen Skedarich and Otolith Skedarich because like even like part of this being maintained very well is that it's more of a like a slow decline type of ramp situation because Otolith is in a wheelchair. Uh so
Hmm.
he does wear a pale pink mask of coral, and Dr. Merchant wears a mask of turquoise petals.
Are you not worried that you've, if you don't mind me saying, just like bad news, I don't know if you've caught on that this whole thing's a bit, right, the word would be, I guess, would be tacky. You're not really unified in a theme here. I'm just trying to figure out what it is you're going for. It's kind of a bit of too much of, you realize that, like, having a god, it's got to be, like, dedicated to a specific theme. Do you understand what it is you're doing?
and I'm trying to like get them to reveal something. Yes, I'm queer-eyeing them. I'm trying to get them to reveal something, anything.
Steph, do you feel like this is antagonistic enough to make warrant this as something other than the information move?
No, because I think that like a complication on the information move itself would probably
Mm.
be a good reaction for what they would do. Because like at this point,
Mhm.
she's fucked, right? Like there's 50 million people. I don't think they're threatened.
Mhm.
And at least it's more dignified than begging for my life.
Mhm. All right, then make the information move with presence. Uh, a disadvantage because again, you are really involved in this in multiple ways.
But it is actually just flat because anytime anytime I deliver bad news,
Damn,
uh I can roll an advantage.
I guess. I will give
Oh, well, no, this saves me. So that's a 5 plus 2 for presence is 7.
7.
That's not the worst it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news didn't take or suck shit.
I'll give Steph a clue first so she can think about how to deliver it. Doo-doo.
The complication is they fucking gag you.
Mhm.
They put you in like a Don Ho Hawaiian shirt. So you just clash.
Mhm.
Who's tacky now, bitch? I'm only joking because I'm
Upside down,
fucking terrified.
upside down visor.
Mhm.
Oh.
Shall I?
Yes.
Okay. I think as you say this, the procession stops very briefly as Otolith looks to you. Uh, his pale pink mask of coral looking directly into your eyes. And he gets closer to you and says, "Is there a theme in life? Or are we all just part of some big, bad ecosystem? Haven't you ever wondered why we're all here? What part of it all we play? I know what part that I play, the part that my family plays." And he lifts his mask ever so slightly, and you can see fungal growth all over his face. Uh, and he plucks one off of his chin, puts his mask back down, and holds it out to you and says, "We are all part of the mycelial network of the bog."
Are my hands unbound?
Yes.
And he's offering the
Mhm.
mushroom to me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take it. And I'm going to crumble it in front of him and just kind of drop it. I'm not going to breathe in as I do this.
Mhm.
Just drop it. And I'm gonna lean in closer and say,
Then it should have been fucking fungal bog themed.
Your disgusted by perversion is gonna upgrade to
"Oh heavens above!"
It upgrades
disgust
to oh heavens above.
uh to disgusted by the Skitteridges. Because you don't like anything that they're doing. They are gross people.
You could have at least made it fashionable, you motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. And they don't like you either.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine why.
Mm-hmm. Heading on down even further. The ceremonial chamber. Incest, not incest, incense.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, anyway. Incense wafts from a hanging brazier, an excess of flickering candles, the glint of tarnished gold and crystal in the dim light. I paint the scene for everyone. The chamber is very ancient and very well preserved, perhaps centuries old. What indicates the family has been preparing this ceremony for years?
I think like the prayer marks in ritual circles, those still very clearly read it like legible, that's the word I wanted,
Mhm.
uh, are definitely like caked in there. They've been there for a very long time.
There's also this massive pile of like bodies, and some of them are straight up just bones now, and some of them are fresh, and all of them are fused together with fungal growth to the point where some of the like funguses are straight up ossified, like made of bone now. This has been here a long time.
And the mycelium from this uh, pile of bodies and fungus is all snaking throughout the prayer marks and giving a soft yellowish glow.
Piper, you sense a presence here, pressing in, ready to materialize. What do you sense it wants from you in particular?
I think it wants all of my different connections. I think it wants to spread along all of those different connections. And it's not just like my own family, but it's my connection to my God, my connection to I've been fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've met so many people. I've had so many people inside me. Like I'm the massive like nexus of human experience and emotional passion and power. And I think that's what it wants from me.
Mm-hmm.
Should we solve this final question the real quick before I get sacrificed to this god?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 4 clues now, right?
I think five. No, you're right. Four.
Four, because you used three previously.
Um, yeah, let's do it.
All right. The flaw in the ritual that the Sketterich family has overlooked. Okay. Fuck.
Well, I think easy one. I've taken the like I've already fucked with their urns, right? That
Mhm.
feels like an easy. Easy one to start with.
Yeah.
Sedna's already sabotage.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think maybe they've focused too hard on death in this thing. They Because it seems like they are trying to create this massive like metaphor between a mycelial network connection between everything and the world itself. Like they are creating this huge amalgam that can have fingers in every single pie, right? Including your god with the Karen Maiden, including the my god with knowing where the motorcycle graveyard is, including all of the other gods that have been represented here. The cormorant is here. Everything that they have kind of brought together, but they focused too heavily on death, I think.
and they've connected everything to focus too much on death and then connected it.
Yeah, yeah. Because the thing is like it's a really powerful metaphor to be a literal like pile of mushrooms, which Odolith is like made clear.
Mhm.
That's a very powerful metaphor. Um, Especially if you're like when everything dies, mushrooms can like grow in that and but you've forgotten that doesn't make mushrooms immortal. Mushrooms die too. The network dies too. In fact, it is human meddling itself on a global scale that kills the mycelial network.
Mhm.
It is like this. They have missed the fact that their meddling in the metaphor here has created such an imbalance in the forces they're trying to balance together and to build up that they are invoking not the god that they think they are invoking. They are instead invoking something akin to the god of like human caused environmental collapse for everyone.
Mhm.
As for the sigil, um, I think the I think to like because I think it is like very similar to the family tree, but fun fact about trees, they are connected by mycelium networks in real life. That is how they kind of communicate with each other. So I think the tree actually doesn't represent a tree like the family tree. It's another symbol for the mycelium network.
And I think the fact that it's gilded is also missed the point because they've like tried to make it very special and very much like we're making it pretty and beautiful and everything like that when those like additional flourishes kind of miss the actual nature of what it means to be this. If this is too on the nose or too like I don't know, I want to check in if this is a little I don't know, is it cheesy this
No,
idea?
I'll be real. It works for, ironically, it works for what Sentinel wants to do really well,
Okay.
which is probably bad for everyone else.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that does seem actually pretty bad now that you put it like that.
Yeah.
It also works well with like my secret trap card that I have.
Okay, you know what? Then I'm not going to feel like I've pulled this out. It was secretly climate change all along out of
It was
nowhere. It
climate
seems
change.
like it sounds like there has been enough seeded in the background that I was just picking up on something through the mycelial network and
Mhm.
okay, cool. I love this. I love this.
All right, you did most of the work, Stranger, so you're go for it. I mean, we got the treasure. We got the treasure,
We do.
so we're good. We're good no matter what happens.
And it's just a flat roll, right?
Flat,
This is
flat
just flat,
zero, flat
flat.
zero.
Here we go. We got this.
Yo, let's
That's a
fucking
10,
go.
baby. That's a
Let's fucking
10.
go.
Mhm.
Fuck yes.
You had your headphones on, Steph?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to shout, but
Yeah.
I got very excited.
Yes.
Same.
Yes!
That was such a clutch fucking roll.
Mhm. Mother fungus incoming. That is correct. And you resolve the confrontation by exploiting this flaw, disrupting the awakening ritual, or altering this in outcome that in a way that neutralizes the threat posed by the family. We will
Now
not.
just to
We
figure
will
out how
not.
to do that.
We will not mention the comment because I know YouTube would take down the video.
Yeah.
It is very funny, though. But I have to describe a little bit more because, well, Piper, you're still being led to the altar, realizing, connecting all the patterns, Sedna, just inherently because of the nature of your god, probably some of it, of her whispering in her ear of what you need to do next. Because, like, death comes for us all, but to have everyone die, that's a little bit much. The altar. A slab of strange, porous stone or fossilized wood, carved with dancing symbols, sits at the feet of a looming, mummified body which hunches against the back wall. It's oddly fresh, the flesh still peeking out from the various bandages that wrap to try to prevent any further decay. It's slowly having fungal growth sort of reaching up, grasping it, trying to caress it. Paint the scene for everyone. What item placed on the altar do you recognize from a previous assignment?
Oh, just me gonna go click on the assignment tab real quick. It's a good thing this is a meta question because I was like, Seth has been there for none of them except one.
Yeah.
That's fair. And also, Zeph is dead.
Got one.
Mhm.
On the altar is a sign that has been hand painted. It says, "Quiet, mother sleeps." But there has been an addition, hastily made and very sloppy paint that makes it say, "Mother fungus sleeps."
There's a big green ornate chalice with ambrosia from the House of Green Delights, that is growing mold up and over the side of it from within its depths.
Uh, okay, I got one. I think one of the markings of the cloak from Skyward Sprawl has been also laid on the altar.
To provide authority. I think this is just a question for you, Piper, because you are the chosen. And probably you're the only one that actually got a look at her last. But how do you know the mummified body is Zeph?
Because I recognize the shape of that smile of someone who is turning to finally go and be with her sister.
Hmm.
And that was the smile she had before I pulled the trigger.
So, what do you two do? The ritual is being prepared. Life needs to be brought back to what was once taken. And, well, it's a life for a life. Piper, you are certain that they will try to kill you.
Is there someone other than Odalith nearby? Because I think Odalith is too far gone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there are a couple different people. Like, there's members of the family. There's also guests of the party who are very interested into what's happening. Because, like, it's just like, oh, this is an old place. Oh, they're bringing back maybe a saint that has died. Ooh, and turning it into God. Ooh, this hasn't happened before. So, like, the guests are more of like curious as to what's going on rather than exactly on board with what's going on.
Um, I think Piper needs to create a pretty big distraction in hopes that from the back, Sedna can figure something out.
He's here to help.
I mean, this is gonna be bad. Okay. I've Piper is like looking and has started to put everything together. And while everyone is kind of rushing around getting things in and I can see I can't stop like I can't convince the family. They're convinced. But there are lots of guests here who still don't understand exactly what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I might be able to convince.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just start laughing. And finally, after like a gasp, but I've got enough people's attention, I take a deep breath and I'm just like,
Don't you people fucking get it? You've used You've used too much death. Not only have you used too much death, not only have you meddled way too much to actually pull off the thing that you're trying to do, you literally brought the thing that killed her to here. And you think that a sacrifice of me is going to... You don't even fucking understand. You don't even fucking understand what it is you're trying to do. You're not creating You're not creating this incarnation of this incredible natural thing. You're creating a god of death to your own fucking hubris. Your own fucking meddling. Your own fucking thinking that you know better than everybody else and you can take from the world around you.
And I address the rest of everyone into the back and I say,
This ain't no saint. She was a girl. She was a girl in a bad situation. And she was a girl that I murdered. Human to human, nothing divine about it. I killed her with a bullet to the head from a rifle. And it was that easy. That was it. That's all it was. We're not doing anything special here, but summoning that. Just summoning that kind of death. I can't even. You had me thinking that you had me thinking there was some master plan. You had me thinking there was some grand conspiracy that was right about something, and it's not even close.
and then she starts sobbing.
Make
We're all going to fucking die down here.
Make the revelation move. What are you afraid might happen?
I'm afraid that it's dear sister that's going to finally silence me. And they're going to make me a part of this thing in such a way that I will be grateful to see everything end.
Steph, how is it worse than that?
It's worse than that because, as you said, you were the one that killed Zeph. You are the one, you are the death that they brought here. And you are going to become that god of death. You become Mother Fungus.
Roll with presence at disadvantage because you are the chosen.
Oh, I did deliver some pretty bad news about their whole plot being fucked up.
Yeah, so that will be flat.
Actually, maybe I'll be pedantic about this. I have to deliver the news stoically, I think. And I broke down in tears instead. Yeah, deliver the bad news with grim stoicism. I didn't do that. Okay. Let's fucking die.
Yeah, so roll with disadvantage.
With communion or
Presence.
presence, right?
Because
Okay.
you're trying to get regular people on board.
With disadvantage, that is an 8. Do I mark my mask to turn it to a 10 and die to succeed here?
It's tempting, ain't it?
I will have the complication be that Sedna, you'll be allowed to take this ritual for your own, and you'll be allowed to complete it.
I think then that I need to, in order to keep that from happening, I need to mark the flesh ascended and say my final prayer. how do we want to do this then? I think this is actually the first time I've said like an end game thing like this in a CFB game.
Mhm. There is a very good potential that this sort of end of the road also kills everyone in this room.
Good.
And I think it's already been kind of leading to that because Setna has death approaches
Yeah.
and saw that uh, saw that vision of her dying here. If you're all right
I,
with that, Aaron.
well, I had a death planned, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just go for it?
Yeah.
And okay. All right. I think as Piper is sobbing and like people are starting to like wake up and see what's about to happen, Piper's very quiet, weak voice through the sobs rings out in a final verse of the Harbinger's hymn. And she says,
Mine voice is strained and whisper worn. Mine hooves are cracked and split. Mine wings are tattered and ill wind torn. Mine eyes are caked with grit.
and then she stands.
And yet I arrive before the morn on your doorstep, candle lit.
You knew this day would come eventually, the end of the road. It began most gradually, as such things often do, with a whiff of carbon monoxide on your breath, a bitten lip oozing petrol, or a glint of chrome emerging from a half-remembered scar. But now, Piper's Hallowing is at hand. All gas, no reins. Your toes fuse into steel hooves. Your eyes glow with high beam incandescence, and wings burst forth from your shoulder blades, one feathered, one leathery, neither suited for actual flight. There is just enough time to make one last delivery, deeply personal, be it warning, apology, threat, or promise. Can I do the rest of this bit after this, whatever happens in this room resolves?
Yes.
Okay. Um, Piper bursts into this massive horse motorcycle creature, something vast and filled with a frantic wanderlust and purpose. And she becomes absolutely ferally monstrous in attacking anyone in the way of between her and the exit. And she's going to take a winding path from there, not a direct one. Anyone in between those two places are going to have to face down this saint. And I think that is how I am going to stop this. And I begin to tear the Sketterich family apart with my Hallowing.
I think for just to start the ending, I would ask Steph and Sedna to describe some of the deaths at Piper's hands. Do the people?
Uh,
Okay.
oh, I was gonna say, can I do something or
Yeah.
am I okay, cool. Sutton is not going to get in the way of this. She's fine with this. Also probably knew it was coming because of who she is. So Sedna is going to walk towards the saint, like just staying the fuck out of the way quietly. She pulls off her gas mask and sets it on the altar
Mhm,
and pulls out Saint Flora's blade
mhm.
and pressing herself against Zeph's corpse, stabs herself through the heart into Zeph's heart to start her own version of the ritual.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Should I still describe some murder?
Yes, you can describe some murder because
Please, please.
Cool.
yes, you're allowed to murder because people are dying left and right.
Yeah, I think there is a it's basically like a montage reel. We see flash frames of Piper's enormous metal hooves crushing the skull of Dr. Mergen. We see uh we see the high beams coming from her eyes, frying Marva Sketterich alive. We see uh we see a reed thin, hunched like a vulture individual who gets just picked up and hurled bodily into the wall, crumpling to the floor. We see an antiques dealer with a black mask crowned with candles, and petrol pours from Piper's tear ducts onto the candles that are lit, and he begins to burn. We see a man in a thin silk blindfold, their skin glittering with strange crystalline aura. We see the wings wrap around this individual and begin to puncture into their chest, ripping them apart. Uh, we see the individual with the collection of scars, a lacquered crimson mask with the features of a roaring panther. She charges at Piper, but Piper simply doesn't do anything. The charge does nothing. The metal of her skin is thicker than the metal of the knife that she's been charged with, uh, and her teeth are sharper than any knife could possibly be. Uh, though they are herbivore teeth, they're just really good at cutting. Uh, and Piper bites into this woman, tearing flesh off of her. Uh, There is an adjudicator with a leathery mask covered in blinking eyes. And I think that he simply has a heart attack and dies uh, from the sheer fear that is coursing through him. And a woman in a pale clay mask, cracked and bleeding with vivid colors, falls down to her knees, takes the mask off, and the colors keep bleeding out of her eye sockets as she looks upon Piper's form. Eventually, the fluid in her body all falling out. And then there's only Odalith and one other, someone in mud-caked waders, a tweed cap with bloodshot eyes and gray-green beard that might actually be Lycan. Odalith is sitting stunned in silence. Uh, his mask has been taken off, staring directly at you. And then from behind him, he hears, "Good afternoon to you. Your leaves look so very lovely today." And a pair of hedge trimmers close around the neck of the mushroom otolith as he gets trimmed and pruned by the groundskeeper.
Excellent, excellent. The guests, the family, they are gone. Sedna, you stabbed through your own heart and stabbed through Zeph's. And Piper delivered a message that those in here will die. And it's correct. Everyone will die. The dearest sister, she approaches. The bodies, the bleeding, and hoping for transformation because you promised Senna that you would bring her back. I'm not sure she knew exactly what that entailed. Because you would bring her back to the embrace of death. And this draws the dear sister in. And so this is the death of also the dear sister as she reaches out towards her sister. And once again, they are together in death. And that's the assignment resolved.
Yippee!
We did it.
We did it, I think.
Yes, you did.
The world is a better place?
I mean,
It's a different one.
Mm-hmm.
The Death God definitely just got a bump in power.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, the Death God now is like a trio, I guess. Like a trinity. Damn. That's really funny.
a Trinity is pretty fucking incredible. Um,
The Trinity of Death.
can
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sedna did promise death to uh Piper and her god too.
yeah. I don't know if Piper has the wherewithal to actually ask this question of Sedna.
I do.
Maybe.
My interpretation of this was that Piper is one of the last few couriers out there. And
Yeah.
by taking like things going to the graveyard, you can like erase your god. Because a god with no followers will rot and decay.
And that actually leads in perfectly.
As I say, this place is definitely a place of death now if Sedna died there. Like
Yeah.
it's all bad here now.
I think Piper, after looking at this destruction and just kind of unfurling and looking there's no one left to oppose her. She looks at Sedna and Trinity and Zeph and the dear sister all there together. And decides there's nothing more to be done here. And begins to, despite the fact that the wing should not work, with a massive whoosh flies and goes up and out and have just enough time to make one last delivery, deeply personal, be it warning, apology, threat, or promise. Who do you visit in your final night? What is your message? Piper flies up out of this and goes up into the sky and then looks down at the house and lands with a thud next to Hambone Jr. Or no, sorry, just Hambone. This is not actually Hambone Jr. Sorry, I forgot. Hambone. And puts a claw hoof appendage on the handlebars and says, I'm sorry, Mom, that I
didn't figure it out in time. But I'm going to make sure you and I have plenty of time together. And my daughters never have to serve this fucking monster.
And the final delivery is Piper picking up her mother, the bike, and flying off into the night sky to a very specific place where they are allowed to rest, their calling fulfilled, no longer bound, to the motorcycle graveyard. And they both land with a thump in this place, with the bones of previous mounts of the relentless rider. As the final transformation takes place, Piper's bones set into the motorcycle, and thank God she is with her mother, as she's always been with her mother, and they can finally rest and rust in peace without any other additional careers of their family.
Damn.
Yeah, despite your grim sincerity conviction, the truth or prophecy of it is the keeper's discretion. Your final errand having been run, you slump off into the sunrise. I now ask the other players to describe the remote location where you come to your deserved rest, motionless and alone at last. So what are some of the details of the motorcycle graveyard?
I think that a lot of the motorcycles have been kind of like partially transformed into fleshy monstrosities, but they're clearly not alive, and their flesh has since melted and become part of the ground that they're sat atop.
I just noticed suicides and asked first. Are we good if I do a suicide thing here? Cool. I think some of them are just rusting motorcycles with a skeleton with a bullet hole through their own head.
There's not too many things that are true within the world, capital T true. But death is always true, as the one consistency. And because you have died, Piper, here in this graveyard with your mother, you shall be left alone. And that's where we're going to end the campaign.
Hell yeah.
You did it, gang.
You saved the day.
We stopped incest.
And created a new death god instead. Three
I
new
love
death gods.
Mother Fungus, the Trinity.
I'm pretty sure the fungus straight up died. I don't think it's mother fungus.
No, likely not. I
Yeah.
just like saying Mother Fungus.
Yeah, it's fun.
It came from the other day I was hanging out with someone and I was trying to say that I like to decompress by doing something, and instead I said I like that I was decomposing. And so I was like, they were like, sorry, what do you say? And I caught it. I'm like, oh yeah, decomposing, hanging out with mother fungus. It's been stuck in my head ever since.
Mhm.
It's been like a week.
Nice, nice.
Woo.
Oofta.
We should stars and wishes.
Yes.
Uh, excuse me. First off, for chaotic, this was a fantastic campaign,
Mhm.
and I am always like so delighted to see the weird shit that you do. Like, I love co-GMing in a weird way, and this was definitely that. Big fan. I love getting to It's Worse Than That and to just be a little freak that's like, hey, by the way, I'm mushrooms, if you even care. Uh,
Mhm.
and yeah, I don't know. It's just a really good time. Like I'm always in awe at your skill at running games, and this is no exception. Especially considering that this is the most. This is more unhinged than the site files was, and that's impressive. Considering that like there was sex in a big vagina.
Yeah.
Like it's very impressive that we managed this.
I just realized I've done apotheosis twice in our campaigns now. Three
You're really-
times. 3 times, actually. Holy shit. Because I did
You're
it twice.
really good at this. It's almost like there's something that you're trying to tell us. Transcend, transgender, coincidence?
Shit, she told everyone the trans agenda. We gotta take her out.
We're taking away your trans card.
Mhm.
Yeah. For Aaron, I absolutely loved how fucking antagonistic Sedna was. Like, just truly fucked up in ways that are incredibly difficult to comprehend. Wanting to fuck death so bad that you become death is peak. Like, yeah, now you could fuck death. You just have to masturbate. Like, easy peasy. Rules goes crazy. I'm interested to see. This likely won't come up, but I am intrigued by how the interactions between the new Trinity of Death and the Cairn Maiden would interact. Because I doubt that the Sedna part of that is going to be happy with how it turns out, considering that they're competing gods now.
Mhm.
So she's probably going to be like, "Fuck, this isn't what I wanted at all."
Hubris be like that. Hubris be like that.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that every character that you've played is just dog shit. They're just so awful. Really big fan.
My big star for your characters is that they're all dog shit.
Mhm.
They're all awful and I hate them. Thanks.
Trinity was a little bit sympathetic.
No, Trinity was, I think, the most sympathetic out of all the characters you've played.
Yes, that is correct.
Still dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, so is Zeph, but in a very different direction.
Mhm.
Like, Zeph wasn't dog shit in the way that she's like a horrid person. She's more dog shit in the way that she cannot and is and was fully incapable of doing anything for herself. Like, regardless of the situation that she was put in, she always had a choice and she refused to make it. Which is shit, and it sucks because that's just what happens when you're in an abusive relationship. But, like, truth of the matter is that you always have a choice. Even if the choice is awful, you always have one. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I got to play around with that. with you, Aaron, because of the way that we randomly picked the same fucking last name, and then this entire campaign just spiraled off of that one fucking choice. Insane. Actually nuts. Uh, yeah, like I don't know, I love being able to make the active choice of doing bad, just being not a great individual and putting yourself above everyone else. And I'm glad that I get to do that with all of you.
Mhm.
Um, for Ginger, I zero chance in fucking hell of me guessing that Hambone is her mom. What the fuck? Also the idea that Piper named her mom Hambone is insane to me. Like, why would you call her that? You could have been like Stacy or something, but no, Hambone. You're just calling your mom Hambone. Love it. I'm also like, I fuck with Piper's metal beast voice heavy. That was so
Scary.
like, it was scary. Yeah, it was really good.
Mhm.
Like, also, Rust in Peace is such a fucking baller line. As far as wishes go, I'm ready to see what the fuck we do next. I have no idea
Yeah.
what we're gonna play next. Oh my god, no, I do. We need to play Dungeon Bitches. We need to play Dungeon Bitches.
I concur. I concur. Yeah, we should
If you
play
want to
Dungeon
go
Witches.
super sad with it, we could just do the Crooked Mile. I would love to do the Crooked Mile. It's so awful and horrible and
Mhm.
gut wrenching. Anyways, that's my wish. Dungeon Bitches.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter the setting, but I would love to do Crooked Mile or fucking the meat one that I don't remember the name of.
Death Spiral.
Love to run it, in
Mhm.
fact. That's me.
I'll go. Ooh, wow. This feels like a whole campaign with stars, but yeah, I'll second what Steph said. I've told the story many a time of how the incest happened with just from the random choice picking the same last name to me being like, hey, how do you feel about gross anime siscon? And Steph being like, let's go, and then shocking me with it being reciprocal. And then there was the whole fucking mess campaign straight to the end. I thought after Trinity was gone and Zeph was gone, like the incest would get lessened. Nope, incorrect, incorrect. And I was telling Steph I had to make someone worse than Trinity, and I think I succeeded. Um, so, um, but yeah, also NPC work that you had to do, Steph was great. I loved the little co-GM, even though I would have been curious to see what custodian you would have if you had made one, which you would have made. I would have been curious to see that too. I guess it's like a little mini wish. Um, for Ginger, yeah, the just description of what she turned into at the end there, from like killing Zeph. There's been so many good wild. I mean, killing fucking as wait, not
Esmer.
Esmer.
Esme, yeah.
Yes, I almost did Elmer again too. Killing Esmer, burning the skateboard. There was just so many
Mhm.
peak moments during this game. It was great. Um, for chaotic, I mean, that epilogue fucking ruled. Your GMing is amazing as always. This might be one of my favorite campaigns I've played ever, period. Um, like of all time in my 40, sorry, 30 years of gaming.
Mhm.
I can't really think of a higher star than that,
Mhm.
so I won't. As for wishes, Dungeon Witches is up there for me.
Mhm.
I feel like there's others on our massive list that I would love to play. Um,
Mhm.
I'd say the Between, but I kind of want to wait for you know what to release. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely want to play. Dungeon Bitches, or what other sad games are there that are fucked up? Oh, Monster Hearts 2 would also be a fucking blast with this
Mhm.
with this group.
Yeah.
Um, and also this is a wish because I know Chaotic's been running a lot. I wish for Chaotic to be able to play in one of us GM, whether even if it's me.
Yes, please.
And oh, another big wish. I hope we get Marty back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my big wish.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Playing
a,
Dungeon Bitches with Marty would be insane.
yeah,
I would love
I
that.
literally was just thinking like Marty would go hard, just
Mm-hmm.
so incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can go next. I am extremely grateful to kind of everyone. Just this has been such an incredible campaign. This was such a good end to like the campaign. This session, it had so much. Like it was funny, it was scary, it was doomed, and that is exactly what you want from Silt versus, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Aaron, the fact that like Sedna was so like cool and in charge of the situation the whole time. First, you faking me out with that roll about rolling low being bad and high, and I did genuine. I was like, oh yeah, okay. Oh, they're going first because they rolled low. That's oh wait, no, that's weird. That doesn't seem like they said whoever got found. Oh no. Um, that that really got me. But the fact that like Sedna has like made no bones about the fact that she has her own agenda and is there waiting in the shadows for the perfect time to strike, and just like it feels very much like Sedna rode the chaos of the moment to the exact right time and was just like in the right place, right time for all her goals. And it was just like, damn, that is absolute bad bitch behavior. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is incredible. And then to have that be a moment of self-sacrifice as well. Like it was selfish but not. Um Absolutely incredible like end to set that. I thought that was fantastic. Uh Chaotic, you you do such an incredible job of guiding our chaos um in a way that like I really feel that one of the great strengths of this group is that we kind of all we are sharing enough mind space that we each know what the next step should be. And if we don't personally know what the next step should be, someone else does, and we know someone else does. Um, and that is because of the way that UGM chaotic, and it's an incredible I think it's an incredible gift. It makes everything tie together so coherently in a way
Mm-hmm.
that like really brings out everyone's strengths. And you are extremely good at facilitating that.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's really good. Um, for this session, Steph, like the conversation with Odalith was so freaky. I loved that, and the way that like you the way that you were able to the co-GM and embrace having all those characters, as well as then being able to like list off here are the fun ways these characters get fucking murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was really good. It was so good, and to have that question of or to have like that right in the moment that the mummy the person was Zeph. Oh my god, I I nearly cried. I felt something very powerful. And that was just this whole game. I have felt really grateful that we've told this story together that is working with some really difficult themes and is willing to both have fun with it and still be respectful. I think that everyone did a really great job of that. Um, and I am really grateful that I got to share that space with everybody. My wish, I think, would be definitely getting Marty back on board. I do miss him. I'm down for whatever. I'm down for Dungeon Bishes. I'd love to play Monster Hearts too. But I'm easy. I will do anything. Because this group feels like being part of a creative collaboration that feels extremely rewarding for my soul. If that isn't too cheesy, I really appreciate that.
No, I agree. I feel it.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
I look forward to, even though I'm the sleepiest bitch, I look forward to this day, every week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think maybe my last wish might actually be maybe just a day where we sit down and just talk about either things that we didn't get to do with our characters or like inspirations. Like I would not mind a final like behind the scenes, you know, tear down of everything. But like I'm good either way. If we are just like no, let's full steam ahead, run straight to Dungeon Bitches, I'd be cool with that too. But like I this has been extremely rewarding for me, and I'm very grateful to all of you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely really enjoy this group. Something there is like some like external frustrations that I have with like tabletop communities not like wanting to play with risk, uh, and playing very safe in these types of games. And like you guys are very in line with like wanting to play with risk. Uh, and so like I'm very grateful that I can pretty much do whatever I want. Because you guys would always take it to the next level in a way that is interesting. Uh, uh, I really cannot think offhand of what game we cannot play together, just because of the nature of what you are all comfortable with. Uh, I definitely I enjoyed the sort of echoes between like themes and ideas of sisterhood, because like even though like Steph and Aaron were very like literal like focused directly on sisters, like we explored that with like Ginger, who had daughters together with the eldest and the youngest, as well as having like her own sister, and then her having a relationship with her mother, who I presumed also probably had like a sister, because like with like religious sort of context, like it is like a sort of sisterhood that is passed through the generations. And it I was surprised that Piper's mom was Hambone. I expected like, oh, Hambo was probably created from like a sacrifice of Piper's mom. I didn't expect that. No, Hambo was literally Piper's mom. I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I'll be like, huh? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about this now. I'm we're currently killing people. Uh, 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 definitely had to like take a risk with Sedna of just like, oh, Sedna is preparing a ritual for herself. What does that look like? Because Aaron told me jack shit about it. So I'm just like, damn, death. Well, I guess everybody goes to the land of the dead. Uh, so like that. So that was very interesting. Um, and oops, there are a poly a, a pantheon of death now, I guess.
Could
So
be a polycule, who knows?
could be a polycule, but I don't think Sedna is the type of person to share.
yeah, probably not. Not when it comes to the Carrion Maiden anyway. She'll let the sister death gods go off and do their thing, and she'll scissor with Carrion Maiden.
Uh, uh God, I can't believe that Oops, Everyone Dies has happened more than once in CFB, and it's with this group.
Well, I think in between Marty did live.
Marty did live.
But I think they're the only one though, because the rest of us died, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was implied that Calamity's out in
Oh
Ghosts of
yeah.
El Paso land.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh my God, I forgot we were gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Aaron got busy, and then it was just like, "Oops, we need another game, so let's go. So let's go Silt versus." Uh, but God, it was a very good session. I'm glad that the majority of the group are GMs in your own rights, just so like I don't have to worry about like Steph in particular. I don't have to worry about like co-GMing, because like you are very familiar with like these systems as well as like general like style of the group of term in terms of horror. I could just like give you like enough lead on of just like, okay, I'm managing the spotlight and locations, but like Steph, you can have like all these little guys. Quite literally, for people in the recording, I gave Steph the full list of little guys, like 5 minutes beforehand.
Literally everyone else.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so God, I imagine like this group would also be really good at GM-less games. Uh, so it'd be very interesting to like see like more short form things like potentially Sleepaway or Alice is Missing. Just in case of people are like, damn, we need to prep before we get into another campaign because like I know I do have a character keeper for Dungeon Bitches, but I need to like update it because it kind of broke.
Yeah, even though it's a wild tonal whiplash, I wouldn't mind Wander Home either. I've been dying to play Wander Home.
Mhm. I
Oh yeah.
I would say like Wander Home is not like too much of a tonal whiplash. It's just not a horror game. It
Yeah.
is very sad though.
Yeah, I would say there is a melancholy about it, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like yeah, we'll talk about that later. But focusing on Silk versus God.
If we wanted to lean into the tonal whiplash, we could do Yazeba's. Yazeba's Bed of Breakfast.
Yaziva's has darkness too, though, because
Yeah,
she doesn't have a heart and
That's
like will
true.
just
That's
straight up
true.
murder people. Like there's darkness in Yaziva's too.
yeah. There's like an explicit like minigame in which like someone could die. Like
Ooh.
yeah,
I
like
like playing the character that can end the world.
I swear to God, you have to be on top of that little skeleton guy. You have to make sure like the tokens stay right, or else the world will end.
I
God.
haven't read enough Yazeba's Bed of Breakfast then, apparently.
Oh, there's
I haven't
some of the
read enough.
characters are fucking wild.
Yeah,
I
I
love this.
yeah. You can like sell your heart, in the world. You can, oh God, you can erase people's memories of you, to get out of taxes or, to trans your gender. Um,
Okay.
yeah, there's also just like there's like oh yeah, a kid can grow up. So there's lighthearted things of just like, oh yeah, you were abandoned as a child because people thought you were a demon, and it's just like, damn.
my personal favorite is it's not even like he doesn't have like a weird thing going on, but he's the musician who has to like you have to give up something to succeed.
Mhm.
and like get his his life goal basically. You have
Mhm.
to like sacrifice so much for him to get what he wants.
Mhm.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of Seven Part Pact?
Of course.
Yes, I do not have it though.
I
It-
I
don't.
I'm
Does it
part
actually
I'm
need 7 people?
yes.
yes, and I don't know that it's playable online if I'm gonna be real.
Oh.
It is playable online, like how Ran games are playable online. Difficult and intended to be played online.
Oh, interesting.
But that's I know it's been played offline, and like I do. Okay, you know what? We're I think we're done with the subversive, so I'm gonna end the recording because I don't want to say stuff on recording, else I will be held accountable for it.